What's going on, folks? How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to Geek Devotion, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to let you know you're loved. I'm Dallas. I'm so glad you guys hit the play button. Welcome to our Monday night play and pray, ladies and gentlemen, where we play video games. At the same time, we pray for folks. We're going to kick off with a Bible study here in just a little bit. Catch up with the chat. We got Cellcast coming in fresh from his cruise. How did it go, my dude? Saw you did some karaoke, but how was the rest of the cruise? Stacy's in chat. How you doing, ma'am? Hefe is in the chat. How you doing, brother? We have water at the moment, so it's one of those things. Shreveport's having issues, but I do have bottled water. That's key too. That's why my YouTube is way behind the Twitch. Yeah, it seems to be that way pretty regularly. Twitch seems to be pretty up to date. I would give it like maybe 10 seconds. YouTube though, it's like it stays behind for some reason. Let me get this stuff out here. Join us live for our Monday night play and pray. Tonight, Dallas is talking about forgiveness and playing Pokemon Fire Red. Come hang out. YouTube. Let's turn off that right there. Bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Then when you get the Twitch signal, Twitch.tv/Geek Devotions. No, it's not that we're syncing again. What it is in the great city of Shreveport, we have an aging water system, and our line broke. And so one of the main junctions broke today, apparently, or it happened Saturday night, and it rolled into everything, just kind of escalated. So a lot of people today are having really low water pressure issues right now. So one of those unfortunate things that take place. But we're here. We're good to go right now. Stacey says, pray for me. Absolutely, Stacey. I just list. Is there something specific? Allergic reaction? Oh no, Stacey. Allergies. I'm gonna put allergies, something like that. So what's going on with your allergies, Stacey? Is it like just like you're like itchy and stuff like that? I get that a lot. I do. So. All right, now we need to share that out to other places. All right, so I got a question for you guys. I'm noticing less people on the Twitch side than normal by this point in time. Granted, I haven't shared it out just yet, but I went live on Twitch quite a bit last week. Hey, Cellcast playing ball with me. Was it too much last week, the amount of going live we did on Twitch? Da, 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 da. All right, let's see here. Share in group. Devoted Geek Life. Include original thing at here. Nope, well, let me do it. Yeah, here we go, here we go. We are live. Come on, come hang out. Okay, that's cool, Stacy. Dale's in the house. What's up, my dude? Welcome to the party, sir. All right, everyone, and boom. Send now. All right, I think we're good to go. I think we got everything out. So here's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. The people have spoken, and I am a man of the people. And so we are going to play some Pokemon Fire Red. What we're going to do, first off the bat, is I'm going to walk you guys through my technique for capturing Pikachu. I'm going to draw on my experiences from the past, reaching back eons, and bringing forth the sacred knowledge of the ancient days on how I used to do it with Pokemon Red. And we're going to try to do that today. Ninjazilla, what's going on, brother? So Cas goes, so do you like the shorts because they're comfy? and easy to wear. What? I'm very confused. What shorts are we talking about? Did I? Did I go Pokemon Arc Raiders? That would be an interesting thing. I feel like Nintendo would just freak out and sue everybody. All right, let's hear. Oh, neat. Get a new Bible. That's very cool, Stacy. That's very cool. I like it. So you're getting it with larger print. That's very cool. Where are you getting it from? You ordering from online? Cellcast goes, it's a Pokemon reference. Oh, I'm missing the reference. Apologize, dude. Oh my goodness gracious. So, but yeah, that's playing, guys. We're gonna do our the Bible study first, and then we're going to jump right into playing some Pokemon. And I'm excited about it. For those who were following along the journey last week, part of the reason I went live so many times is because I was trying to test out new software. And I'm just not sold on Meld Studio. There's a lot more of get stuff together like than what I want to do right now. You'll catch it on right. Gotcha. I gotcha. Oh, I think I remember what you're talking about now, Cellcast. Ninja says, I thought you were talking about YouTube shorts. No, that's so funny. For those of Cellcast, Ninja Zill's on the YouTube side. He's like, he thought you were talking about YouTube shorts. Stacey, oh, you're going to Books A Million, Stacey. That's cool. He goes, or is it 3? I don't know. Or after Pewter City. I gotcha. We'll find out together. We will. It's gonna be a good time tonight, guys. Again, we're gonna do Bible study first, and then we're gonna do that. And hey, real quick, guys, I want to remind you guys. For those, some of you might know, we didn't make a post Friday about the new episode. I'm experimenting with getting information out and trying to see what works better. And so I don't think it worked too well. So if you guys could do me a favor, let me do this real quick. Full screen share. If you guys could do me a favor, if you guys could go over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/geekdevotions, click on the videos set page, watch this video. Celeste did a great job, but it's just not getting the views, and that's partially my fault because again I was experimenting with when we're putting information out, and it's just not hitting right now. So if you guys could check that out, it's a really great one. She talked about context, and she had read a modern take on Pride and Prejudice. The hot take is that she hated this book quite passionately, but her devotion is really good. You should check that out. It's right there. So guys, do that. Do me a favor and check that out if you could. I feel like the music's really hot right now. Turn it down. So anyways, so that's what's going on. So guys goes, options on Gen 10 starters. Talk about the new ones. What are my thoughts on it? We can talk about that after the Bible study. I'll pull it up and we'll look at it. So I have my opinions. Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Doug goes, like Ice Cube, War of the Worlds bad. You know, I think that there was an audience for the one that Celeste liked, or the book that Celeste talked about. I don't think it's the Ice Cube, War of the Worlds. So guys, well, Celeste ain't big on zombies, so. Bro, first off, that's not what she's talking about. The book is called Eligible, and Celeste said that she likes Pride and Prejudice zombies much more than this book. Let that inform you of her opinion. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, let's jump into our Bible study together. I am not a singer, so I apologize if that offended anybody in the chat just now. All right, let me fix my my notes here because they're all out of whack. Here they go. There they go. There goes. The book could end up in one of them community library cabinets, possibly, because obviously I haven't watched the Devo yet. You have not. You should go check it out. Although I did put a fun reference to a zombie property in there, and so do me a favor. If you guys watch the stream tonight, those of you watching right now, if you go and watch Celeste's episode and you see the zombie reference, comment if you catch the zombie reference, and that way I know that you guys went and saw it from this stream. Let me know. I think it's a fun little game. Can you figure out the zombie reference that Dallas put in there? All right, let's jump into it, guys. Before we begin this week, let's kind of recap what we've seen in the single discourse that's taking place found in chapter 18. Keeping this entire conversation in mind helps us to truly understand the meaning of the passage in its entirety, okay? Because again, this is one conversation happening right here as a whole, going through things, okay? And that's something, again, we see these titles here, and these are great. These are for us. These are for our benefit. But these were not originally in the scriptures. Like, we added these. We added these numbers here, all right? Matthew wins right now, and he didn't go 21 and then write stuff out, okay? So we need to keep that in mind when we look at the scriptures all the time. Angel Wings, what's going on? What's going on, chat, she says. Glad to have you here, my friend. Cellcast on the purple side says, you sounded better than some of my shipmates in the karaoke. Oh, goodness gracious. That's terrible. Anyways, so recap of everything we talked about here. Roll back up here to the top front here. Verse 1 through 6 as Jesus answers the question of the disciples about who's the greatest in the kingdom of God. He ends the section with a warning not to be the reason that someone sins. That's his big thing. Don't be the reason somebody else walks away from God. Don't be the reason somebody else is doing something that is ungodly, right? Verse 7 and 9. Come on down here. Right here. He speaks about the importance of taking any measure necessary to avoid sin. Verse 10 through 14. Then begins an interesting section. Here he points out his passion to seek after a person who has fallen away from their faith. All right, again, let's mention this. It's Jesus who chases after the one. All right, it's not you. Like, yes, pray for those people who are lost. You should reach out to them. But if you are a person who's in charge of a community, your job is to take care of that community. Jesus chases those people. Okay. Verse 15 through 20. Come down here. All right. So that whole conversation is immediately coupled with verse 15 through 20 about how to restore a brother in the faith who has sinned. All right. So there's an aspect of you being involved in the process, but it's about how to do this. All right. How to restore those people who have sinned, who have committed some sort of wrongdoing. All right. Jesus is very big about this restoration of people. Okay. And it's interesting that it's on you. Like, if your brother sins against you, you tell him, go and tell him his faults. Okay. The person's done wrong. It's your job to go talk to them. Okay. There's people that sit back like, well, they did wrong. They did me dirty. So they need to come apologize to me. No, go talk to them, sucker. So half the time they don't even know what they did wrong. Go talk to people. It's up to you to initiate these things. And it's up to you to initiate restoration. It's not about going to shaming people. It's not about going to people and putting them down. It's about going to restore the relationship. Okay? I'm going on a soapbox. I need to get off it. I apologize, guys. Ninja Zell says, well, to be honest, the YouTube algorithm has been pretty much jank as of late. It's been happening to me and many other cheaters that really suck. What's happening? I missed something there, Ninjazilla. Cellcast goes, the chapter breaks don't even make sense half the time. Sometimes they don't. Ninjazilla, or Angel Wing says, actually just got done doing my daily Bible plan. I need to catch up. Come on, sis. You got this. You got this. Geeky Guys for God, Jason says, hello, I'm going to go back to the start of the study and let's at 2x speeds. Well, good thing we just started. Angel Wing says, parable of the lost sheep reminds me of the friend of my friend I requested for people to pray about. Oh yeah, definitely. Angel Wing says, yeah, how can they apologize if they don't know what they did wrong? Exactly, my friend. Dale says, starting to sound familiar. Indeed. All right, so now we're down here to verse 21. The parable of the unforgiving servant. Oh, okay. So, this is where things begin to get interesting. All right, verse 21. Then Peter came up and said to him, Lord, how often will my brother sin against me and I forgive him? As many as 7 times? Now, this is a logical question. This is like, oh, thank you, baby. Huzzah. Ladies and gentlemen, Celeste has brought me tea in our wonderful Anime April mug that you guys can get on our store. Yes.
Anime April is coming.
Yes, it is.
That one is a orange flavored tea.
Orange flavored tea? Oh. What in the citrus heavens happening here? What's the whole thing?
Let me go get it.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
We got a box of assorted teas to demo, and this is oh yeah, it's good. Anyways, this is a logical question. People ask us like, how many times should I forgive somebody? If they keep doing me wrong, how long do I say forget you, go away? All right, that's a question that, again, we've all asked that question. We've all been in that place. All right. Peter's question, it's interesting. Rabbinic teaching said that a person could be forgiven 3 times. The 4th time a person sinned, however, there would be no forgiveness. Hey, Celeste. Angel Wing says, hi, Celeste.
Hello.
And she spelled hi, H-A-I. Hi. Hi, Celeste. But it's more feminine than that. So, hi, Celeste. I don't know how to do this anymore. I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
I feel like you are too.
Okay.
It felt aggressive the way you said it at first, though.
Well, okay. All right, so we're drinking Orange Tango today, guys, from Tiesta Teas. And, man, this is good. Has apple, hibiscus, white hibiscus, orange slices, sweet blackberry leaves, orange essential oil, marigold flowers, and orange blossoms. And, ooh, hello. This is quite good. I like this. Dale says, no April Foolin'. No April Foolin'. So anyways, question becomes this. After we look at this, again, the rabbinic teaching said you can, 3 times, 4 times, person's out. What does the fact that Peter offered up forgiveness 7 times say about his character? Think about that for a second. Rabbinic teaching says that to forgive a person up to 3 times, and on the 4th time, send them out. Peter's going, well, how often do I forgive people? Jesus, 7 times? What's the fact that he's saying 7 as opposed to 3 or 4 say about him? What's up, Wonderland? Welcome to the party. Glad to have you here, my friend. Dale says, only time it takes 1 to tango. Exactly. Wonderland, we're in Matthew 18, by the way, brother. If you want to hang out. Wonderland, how was your day today? So answer the question. What does it say about Peter that he's offering up 7 times versus 3, right? Now, while Peter certainly is seen to have compassion, seem to have a compassionate heart to offer up forgiveness 7 times, Jesus is stretching him here, okay? Because again, it seems to be like he's wanting to be compassionate. He's like, all right, the rabbi says this, but 7 times? Like, he understands there's something here and he wants to have compassion, but Jesus is still stretching him a little bit more. Now, it needs to be understood here. Let me read verse 22. Jesus says this, I do not say to you 7 times, but 77 times. So he goes, Lord, how many do we forgive? 7 times? He's like, nah, 77. He's stretching him out there. He's going, hey, do this here, all right? Now, he isn't placing a limit, all right? It's not like you need to be sitting there with like a little, a log book, and every time somebody like makes you mad and you got to forgive them, you're like, okay, 1, 2, 3. Fast forward a little bit, you'd be like, look, you are on forgiveness number 77. This is it. You're done, sucker. You mess up one more time, I'm kicking you out. Like, that's not what Jesus is saying here, guys. Nor, again, I want to put this out there, is he trivializing the need for a person to repent and walk a path of holiness. Because some people take it to an extent. They're like, well, Jesus has to forgive me 77 times. And they use it as an excuse to just be stupid. He's not trivializing the idea of forgiveness at any point. But what he is saying is that if someone truly repents, then God's grace is there for them. That's what he's saying. He's not putting a strict number of what you should do. He's saying, look, if somebody genuinely repents, they genuinely say, God, forgive me of my sins. Forgive me of this thing that I have done because I've sinned against you, O Lord. Then God's grace is there. All right. So from here, Jesus goes into a parable that points out the importance of being forgiving. And we're about to dive into that. Wonderland in the chat says, we didn't have Bible study tonight. Their water shut off. Oh yeah. I was playing Among Us with a couple friends. Very cool. How'd that go? Dale goes, were you ever a bouncer one time? Was I a bouncer? No. Fun story though. I found out the other day, one of my uncles is a bouncer, and every so often he'll call my dad to help be a bouncer at clubs. I literally just learned this a few months ago. My dad is a bouncer, and so is my uncle. So interesting things you learn about your family. Jason says, I love TST. It's so good, man. They got some good stuff. Angel Wing says, also 70 times 7 is equal to 400. Yes, you're correct. But in this text here, this time when we're talking about it, says 77 times. All right. Wonderland says, good. We were on call. Nice. I dig it. All right, let's keep going here. Verse 23. Let's jump into this parable here. Therefore, the kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who wished to settle accounts with his servants, okay? So right from the start, Jesus has laid out the scene. This is the place that we have, all right? Now the question is, who does the king represent and who does the servants represent here? The king here, obviously he's representing God. The servants represent humanity as a whole. Jason says the Christian horror game I was playing had an awesome reference to 7 times 70. That's pretty cool. Stacy, where can I find some good teas? Well, so let's find this online, Stacy. You can get some good teas at Kroger. Just gotta look for some good stuff. Twings make some good tea, but you also need to know your flavor profile that you like. I'm not a big fan of harsh, dark teas. Even though I drink hard, like harsh coffees, I'm not a fan of like black tea. I personally drink a lot of green tea, but you have to brew green tea correctly. Do not brew green tea to 100 degrees Celsius like you would do normal. You got to bump it down to like 84 degrees, 75 degrees. And even then you can only brew it for like 2 minutes or it goes bad. This has been your lesson on tea making with Dallas. Back to the scriptures here. All right, so here we have the kingdom. I feel like I'm everywhere tonight, guys. All right, kingdom of heaven is compared to a king. The king represents God. All right, settle accounts with the servants. This represents humanity. This is the scene. This is what we're looking at. Jason, the sample pack is what we're drinking tonight, bud. Okay. The question comes, what about the debts that the servants represent? All right. What's happening here? He wants to settle the accounts with the servants. This means settle their debt. This represents our sin. Okay. And it's interesting, this whole aspect of the parallel between our debt, the accounts that we owe, and our sin. This is something that is against us towards him, right? Now we'll keep going. 24 through 27. Angel Wing says, highly recommend apple cinnamon if you like something fruity and a tiny bit of a kick. I shall check. I think I just had that. No, it was almond that I had, but that sounds amazing, Angel Wings. All right, 24 through 27. When he began to settle, one was brought to him and owed him 10,000 talents. And he said, and since he could not pay, his master ordered him to be sold, and his wife and children, and all that he had in payment to be made. So the servant fell on his knees, imploring him, have patience with me, and I will pay you everything. And out of pity for him, the master of that servant released him and forgave him the debt. Now, let's get some context what's happening here. 10,000 talents, this is right here. That's a lot, right? It's estimated to be anywhere between $7 billion and as high as $15 billion. That's the debt we're talking about, guys. 10,000 talents is roughly 7 billion with a B. Up to 15 billion with a B. Are you guys catching how much trouble this guy's in? This is a lot that's taking place. There was no possible way the servant was going to be able to pay back this debt. Now, the common practice of the day for debtors was to sell their family into slavery. Even if the servant had done that, though, it would have been generations before his personal debt could have been paid off with what's taking place here. Yet the servant begged and pleaded, promising to pay it all back. The king, however, instead took it as a loss, as a bad loan. He says, you know what? I'm going to eat this. This was a bad loan. And he forgave the man of it fully in its entirety. Just, all right, $7 billion. It's a write-off. Don't worry about it. Go in peace. That's huge. That's massive. That's a huge ordeal, ladies and gentlemen. Think about it for yourself. If you had somebody come in to say, all your debt that's monumental you could never pay for in your entire lifetime, gone. Imagine the weight that would have been lifted off of you in that moment. Jason over here in the chat, talking about tea still. Getting an electric kettle with adjustable temperatures is key to enjoying a tea. Absolutely. Because I still have a couple tea flavors from the advent calendar they did. Nice, dude. One of them says, so my friend bought a new headset, so he brought me his old set because my headphones don't have the best mic. Very cool, man. That's neat. That's a real blessing, dude. All right, let's continue on. 28 through 31. Check this out. And when the same servant went out, so this is the same guy who just got forgiven $7 billion. Went out, he found one of his fellow servants who owed him 100 denarii. And he seized him and he began to choke him, saying, pay me what you owe. So his fellow servant fell down and pleaded with him, have patience with me and I will pay you. He refused and he went and put him in prison until he should pay the debt. Verse 31, when his fellow servants saw what had taken place, they were greatly distressed and they went to report it to their master, all that had taken place. Now, let's give this scene a fair look, okay? 100 denarii, that sounds like a lot, but what is that, right? How much is 100 denarii? Roughly. 100 denarii is roughly $2,000. Now, is $2,000 a trivial amount? No. I can do a lot with $2,000 right now. In this moment, someone goes, Dallas, here's $2,000. There are some things that I need to take care of that will be handled and it will be a load off of my back completely. It would be amazing. It's not a trivial amount. It's huge. It's a large sum for sure. Yet, let's compare it to the $7 billion with a B, right? That the slave owed to the king. It's pretty small. It's chump change in comparison to what he personally owed. His actions were obviously disturbing to those who knew what was happening, which is why they went to the king to report it. Right? This is huge. This is a massive ordeal taking place here, right? Verse 32 through 34. This is where it's going to get interesting. Then his master summoned him and said to him, you wicked servant, I forgave you I forgave you all that debt because you pleaded with me. And should not you have had mercy on your fellow servants as I had mercy on you? And in anger, his master delivered him to the jailers until he should pay all his debt. What was the debt? $7 billion with a B. You guys catching that? The master is stern and he's super direct. He clearly lays out the fact that the servant had been given a large sum of mercy, a huge, monumental, stretched out, four-door, continental size amount of mercy, but his lack of mercy is offensive. He then sentenced the servant to him basically to the jailers or torturers, depending on how you're looking at it, until his debt is paid off. Something that he could never do. You guys catching what's happening here? You see what's taking place here? What's up, religious fanboy? Good to have you here, man. 35. And so my heavenly Father will do to you, to every one of you, if you do not forgive your brother from your heart. Jesus now draws a very direct parallel to all who are listening. God will act just as the king did. Should we not forgive others? Let that sink in for a second. We mentioned earlier that in this parable, it's very clear the king represents God, the people represent, the servant represents humanity, and then the debt represents our sin nature, right? It represents the sin that we have ourselves. And in this parable, what we see is a king forgiving an individual of his sin, everything that he has inside of him. And this man, in walking in this grace, he's received this forgiveness, now goes off and goes to a person who's offended him, which again, it's a great offense, but doesn't compare about the offense to the king. And he acts a fool with no mercy and no grace. And now the king takes care of him. If God has forgiven our sins, yet we refuse to forgive others. Listen to me clearly, guys, because this is a hard listen. This is one of those ones that it's tough. And it's one that I've had to really work to walk out my life, because I've had things happen to me. I've had people who have done me so wrong, and I've had to go, I will forgive them. But if we refuse to forgive others, what we are telling God is that we are more important than him. That's what's happening. If you are sitting in your bitterness, not willing to forgive those who have done the worst things to you, you're telling God you are more important than him. We are putting the offenses done to us above the offense of sin against God. Now, that said, this passage doesn't trivialize any wrong that's done to you or the pain that you've experienced. Hear me clearly, okay? We're not saying that if somebody has done something wrong to you, that you should just shake it off. Forget about it. That's not what we're saying. The 100 denarii owed was a significant amount. It has true value, but it does not compare to the debt owed to God. The sin done against you does not require death to be repaid, though. Think about that for a second. Things that were done to you compared to what our sin to God, the payment for it is not death. The sin done against you does not require death to be repaid. Our sin done against God requires the death of his son. Even the payment for wrongdoing doesn't compare. When someone harms us, we seek for them to make payments. Yet in our wrongdoing against God, he paid the cost for his own son, with his own son. Think about that. Really take that in for a second. When somebody does you wrong, your initial instinct is, oh, well, they need to do something to pay me back. They did this. They need it. They need to take care of me. They need to provide reparations for me. But in the situation of our wrongdoing against God, God goes, I'm going to pay for the cost. I'm going to repair the bridge. My son's going to pay for the wrongdoing. So the question becomes this: how does this passage, in the context of the entire chapter about forgiveness and restoration, affect how we treat others who do us wrong? How we should act and respond to people around us? This is a hard question. This is a hard passage for some people. Perhaps you've been through some terrible things, and you're looking at this, you're going, how can I forgive somebody who's done something so bad to me? I have friends, I have loved ones, people who are close to me, who have been utterly abused. And they've had to wrestle with this passage. And they've had to come through and go, I'm going to forgive that person. I've had to wrestle with this passage and go, I will forgive this person who hurt me. Because I have received so much grace from Christ. Some of you in the chat, you guys know my story. You know what I've been through. And you're like, yeah, that was bad. And yet I walk in grace. I have someone very dear to me, and they were severely abused by a person many, many years ago. But instead of walking in bitterness, they separated. They got away from the abuse. They made sure they were safe. But now years later, they have become a kind of a confidant for that person. A place for that person to help find healing when they're struggling the most. They're in a safe place. The person I'm close to is in a safe place. They're not going to let that person hurt them ever again. But they've forgiven them. They're not allowing the bitterness to hold them back. And now they're offering grace. We have to do that. We have to do that because God's grace is so big. And he has forgiven you and I of so much. So that's our Bible study for today, guys. How can I pray with you guys tonight? Let me know. Leave a comment in chat. And let me know how I can pray with you. How we can encourage each other this evening. I'm going to offer this, though. If you're like in this place and you're like, Dallas, I need to forgive somebody. There's somebody who has hurt me and I have not let go of that bitterness. I want to pray with you guys. I'm going to pray over that. And if that's you, you're like, this is me, Dallas. I need help forgiving somebody because I'm just holding on to the bitterness. Do me a favor in the chat. Just put a W. Put a W in the chat. Why? Why W, Dallas? Because if you do this, you're stepping out and it's a win. That's why. So put a W in the chat if you want me to pray with you about forgiving this person or people that have hurt you, that you're just holding on to the bitterness. And catch them in the chat. Stace says, please pray for my friend Patty. She has 2 doctor appointments tomorrow. All right, I can do that. Patty. Doctor appointments. Got that in the chat, Stacy. So Casco sounds like the sin of pride to me. It is. It really is. Cassidy's in the chat. She's cooking dinner. What are you cooking, sis? What are we cooking tonight? Dale says, I've wrestled with forgiving myself for some things. Man, that's a big deal too, man. I want to throw that out there. If you need to forgive yourself, put the W in the chat also. I want to pray with you guys about that. Okay? Because we do need to forgive ourselves also. Dale says, please pray for me as I transition between companies. Absolutely, Dale. Let's put that in there. Job transition. Gotcha. We got a person that put W in the chat. Love it. We're gonna pray. We're gonna be praying with you. Definitely gonna do that. One of them says, I'm struggling to find a place I can work that works with my hours with church and my dad. Okay. Gotcha. Let's pray with you. All right. Wonderland. I don't know what your hours are, the situation with your dad situation is as far as scheduling goes. I can tell you with church stuff, Wonderland, for me personally, and this is before I was involved with ministry. This was something I did I was actually 16 years old, Wonderland. I was 16 and I went to my bosses and I said, look, I'm heavily involved in church. It's something I have to be at. I cannot work Wednesday nights and I cannot work Sunday mornings. Those 2 things, I just can't. And so please work with me on those things. And there was one time they called me in, they said, we need you here. I said, I will be there, but it's going to be late because I'm here at the church. So I'm just telling you right now, It's okay to put some boundaries out there for certain things. Now you got to be reasonable. You got to work with people, sure, but there is this whole aspect of make your priorities main. Node. All right, we got another W in the chat. Gotcha, my dude. All right, guys. We're gonna give you guys another minute or so to put your prayer requests in the chat. If you have a W, if you're like, hey Dallas, I need prayer for forgiveness to be able to forgive somebody, put W in the chat so I can know to be praying with you specifically, and we will do that. So while you guys are doing that, again, here in a second, we're gonna play some Pokemon Red, Fire Red, and Leaf Green. It's gonna be a good night tonight, guys. We're gonna handle the first things first. One of them says I have Sunday, Wednesday, and I can't do Saturdays because, believe it or not, I'm working on the only day I see my dad. I get that. I totally get that, bud. All right, guys. JC is our leader for Geek Outs for God Needs Prayer for a new job. Absolutely. Needs a new job. All right, let's pray, guys. Lord, we just thank you for your presence and your grace. We thank you for what you're doing here tonight, God. We thank you for the challenge that you have given us to forgive. God, you have forgiven us of so much. It is monumental. Your grace that is so abundant, so life-changing. You've given us this thing called mercy. And Lord, I pray that each one of us, Lord, as we receive it, Lord, we pour it out on other people. We pour out grace and mercy on those around us. Lord, I pray right now for Wonderland. Lord, I pray that you bring his mind to peace. In the name of Jesus, God, bring peace to his mind and his spirit, Father God. God, I rebuke all the outside elements that are coming in, that are distracting him, that are causing issues. God, I pray for a spiritual house cleaning to take place in his mind and his spirit, God, to bring peace, supernatural peace, God. God, pray for wisdom, Lord, with this job situation. Help him to figure out what he's doing, where to work, how to work. Lord, I pray for the leader of Geeky Guys for God. Lord, he needs a job, he needs provision. Lord, I pray you take care of that. Lead him to the right space for that. I pray for Dale, Lord, during this transition with his own job. Lord, that you continue to work with him. And Lord, that you can continue to provide for him and Stacy, Lord. Lord, pray for Stacy with this algae issues, Lord. I pray for healing in the name of Jesus. I pray for, Lord, the spirit of Zizal to be with her, God. Take care of it in the name of Jesus. God, I pray for Patty, Lord, for these doctor's appointments she has. Lord, I pray for a good report. Let you take care of them in the name of Jesus. And Lord, I continue to pray over the book that we're working on, Father God. Lord, I'm in this weird limbo stage right now. And Lord, I just pray for your hand to be on it as you continue to fine tune it to be what it's meant to be. In the name of Jesus, amen. All right, guys. All right. So what do you mean by this spiraling into cosmic terror, brother? What's going on with that? If you're comfortable sharing, if not, we can talk privately about it. All right, guys, let me get set up for the game portion of tonight. Let me go back to just chatting here. I need my Switch to turn back on. Let me change the game out real quick. Make sure everything's good to go here. All right, I need to go to, not Discord. What am I looking for? Here we go. All right, let's change the game over to, say, Pokemon Fire Red. I wonder if it's even listed here. That'd be funny if it wasn't listed. Sad, but funny at the same time. Stream Manager. All right, and we're gonna type in Pokemon. Oh, hey, it's right there. Sweet. There are 11,000 people watching right now with 984,000 people playing. Sweet. No pressure, Dallas. No pressure at all. All right, switch it out. Dunzo. Hallelujah. Stacey says, I'm looking for tea I can drink without me adding sugar. So that's the interesting thing about Stacey. You can add, one of the things I like to do, because I try to cut back on some sugar stuff intake, is I will do honey, which works great with a lot of green teas. But again, green tea, the trick is not to don't boil the crap out of it because it goes bad. You've got to you gotta back up on it. So I was told, if you don't have a kettle with a timer on it, one of the things that somebody had said, a while back, I did way too much of a deep dive into how to make tea. And they said, what you do is you get a kettle, a normal kettle, and you turn it on, and you boil the water until you begin to see pearls around the edges. That's the vocabulary they used, pearls. And it's a visual illustration to help you go, okay, this is roughly the right temperature. Now here's the big trick with tea. Here's the big trick with tea, Stacey. Boil or brew it for about a minute and then throw the water out. Keep the bag in there, throw the water out, and then brew again. Okay. So for green tea, again, it's a 2-minute boil thing. It's roughly 74, 80 degrees. You put it in there for about a minute, toss that water, put the leaves back in, then brew again for another minute, and that's it. You're done. Get rid of those teas because then they'll begin to sour. Wonderland says, recently, especially with the job crap, everything I've thought about, I've just like spaced out and kind of got scared and sad at seemingly nothing, and then spiral back further because of the state of the world currently. You know, so Wonderland, I want to invite you to sit down and really evaluate what's important. Okay? I need you to really think about that. What's really important? And figure out where to place your attention on, okay? I'm going to be real with you. The stuff that's happening in the world right now, yeah, there's a lot happening. I'm just going to say this to you. 90% of it has nothing to do with you. With where you're at in life right now, nothing you need to worry about at the moment, buddy. And I'm saying that as someone who loves you, cares about you, who knows you personally. I'm telling you right now, most of what's happening in the world has nothing to do with you. It's nothing you need to worry about. Your parents need to worry about it. And they're going to take care of what needs to be taken care of. You put your trust in what needs to be put your trust in. Put your focus on what needs to be put your focus in. And breathe a little bit slower. Okay, bud? Dev says, catch them all. I'm going to try to. Socast goes, and now that I have finished podcast editing and uploading, I think I'll play some Pokemon Leaf Green as well. Let's do it, man. I'm playing Fire Red. Let me switch over to Elgato. So, make sure it was kind of funny because, like, this is setting me back, guys. For those of you who do not know about this game right here, all right, this is a remake of Pokemon Red. Which is what I've been asking for ages, was Pokemon Red. I've been like, can we please get Pokemon Red and Blue remade? Because those are the ones I love. And honestly, I got a hot take. And that is that the Pokemon Red and Blue had a feature in there that was perfect. Or I would say this, there's a lack of a feature that made this a perfect game. And unfortunately, they can never not have that feature again. The way that things are designed, the feature that is not in this game that is in other games, the feature that ruins the other games is a feature they have to have moving forward within the franchise past this game. Stacey, take it easy. Dale says, Pokemon Fire Red sounds like a special kind of fireball. I just need to stay away from. Oh. So Celeste changed her to her starter Pokemon. No, go back. Dang it. That was the wrong one. I clicked on Celeste's account. All right, let's try this. So, guys, wait. I know that the Virtual Boy needs a cardboard plastic shell, but I thought you don't know. So Virtual Boy works on PlayStation 1. Or not on it doesn't work on PlayStation 1. It works on Switch 1, but you do have to have the cardboard plastic shell though to play it, because I tried and it failed miserably. So that's the thing. Let's see here. Ogato? Nope. So this goes. Why are you talking? I accidentally clicked on your account, Celeste, rather than on mine. Gosh, the music just, it takes me back. So my player name is my dude. Playtime so far, I've been playing for 4 hours and I have 8 Pokedex entries. He goes, okay, yes. Now, this is a feature that I like about this update, is that we have this recap that takes place. And I like the fact that the recap does it in the color scheme of the original Game Boy. This actually sounds cool. So let's got it back to the book. Do it, Celeste. Hey, Celeste, did you try to see if we have enough water pressure to do laundry? So Wonderland goes, Bulbasaur is the best. Bulbasaur is pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie. So for me, what I have done... that music. What I have done is let me go to my Pokemon. I've gone with Squirtle. That's who I'm using, is Squirtle. Why? Again, I'm reaching back to the ancient of days, from playing Pokemon Red and Blue. I know right off the bat, I'm going to be facing Dadgum Brock. I want an easy win on that first round. I can get my Pokemon up to the level past that one pretty easily to handle Misty. So I'm not worried about having to have Bulbasaur for that fight. Although, if I want to like easy mode it, Bulbasaur is the easiest one to have. So Cass goes, it would be even cooler if they used the Game Boy or Game Boy Color sprites. It would be pretty lit. Oh, wait, so hold on. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying too. So it would be cooler, but this was a Game Boy Advance game. That's the catch that I'm having to remember. This was Game Boy Advance version. Sales Cass goes, Squirtle mains unite. My dude, come on, man. So what we have right now, we have Pidgey, Squirtle, Kakuna, Mankey, Rattata, and Metapod. That's who we're rocking today. Okay. And of course, oh, no, go back. All right, so for my menu, I did go ahead and change the color options of my menu to look like the original Game Boy. Totally did that. That is something I definitely did. All right, so what are we doing today? What is the objective of today's stream? Today, ladies and gentlemen, let me mute this for a second, because I'm gonna do some stuff here. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you guys how to put there kind of video recording. All right, and start recording. All right, so we're playing Pokemon Fire Red, and the question becomes, how do we get Pikachu? Everyone loves Pikachu, and what I'm doing today, guys, is I'm going to reach back into the archives from playing Pokemon Red, which this is a remake of, and I'm going to teach you guys my technique for capturing Pikachu in this game, okay? Because he's a pain in the butt to capture, and we're going to do it. So let's jump into the game. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here, and we're going to boot up the PC, my dude's PC, access my dude's PC. What would you like to do? Mailbox? Nope, not mailbox. Withdraw item. Nope, I'm in the wrong spot. I gotta go somewhere else. I apologize. Let's try this again. All right. So first thing we're gonna do is come over here to the PC. And I'm gonna go to someone else's PC. Pokemon storage system opened. I'm going to deposit, first off, most of my Pokemon. So we're going to deposit him, store. We're going to deposit him, Mankey, Rattata, and Metapod. Now you're going, Dallas, why are you depositing everybody except for this guy? We need him. All right. Yes. All right. So that's what we got. All right, continue box observation, no. Now we're going to withdraw Pokemon. What I have done is I have captured a couple of Pokemon already. I've captured some low-level Pokemon, and I call them rat catchers. I got Ratcatch 01, withdrawal. He's a level 2, and we're gonna get Ratcatch number 2, Weedle. He's a level 4. This is why we're doing this. All right. Come on out. The reason why we're doing this is because Pikachu, you get him, you can't capture him with him still in the yellow zone. You've got to get him to the red zone. At this point, all my Pokemon are level 8 or higher. I'm trying to get everybody up to at least a level 12 before I go to the gym. But when you do that, however, it becomes problematic. And the problem is this, he dies very quickly. So I need somebody who's small enough to knock him down. So we're gonna go down here to the place. Come on, way down. Come down to Route 2. Keep going. Boom. To the Viridian Forest. I like that little transition. Now, there is a percentage opportunity for you to capture him in this area. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna walk around and we're gonna run away from everything until we find him and capture him. Ready? So let's do this thing. One of them says, oh no, Bulbasaur was just my OG starter baby. Oh, I get that. He's pretty solid. He goes, I don't give a crap about either difficulty. I totally get that, dude. I totally get that. If I could start with any Pokemon, it would be Growlithe. Just facts on the table. I will, guys, when I capture Growlithe in this game, I'm going to be hyped beyond belief. Just gonna tell you that right now. One of them says, dude, I wish my DS Lite was here. It's at Dad's right now. If I had it right now, I'd be playing with you, my dude. Sokas goes, my first attempt to catch Pikachu ended with a crit, but I got him with my Weedle Kakuna. Yep, that's basically the plan here. So we're just gonna go up and down here. This is gonna be a kind of a boring stream as I do this. Now, I've already handled all but one of the trainers in the area, which is why I have Squirtle with me. All right, so we're just gonna run from this. Run. Not even gonna entertain it. Not even gonna entertain it. We're just gonna keep going. Keep going. Up and down. Just every plot of grass. We're gonna walk up and down, try to find them. You love Kakuna? Really, Wonderland? Why do you love Kakuna? What is it about him that you're just like, this is my dude? We got a Weedle. Got a Weedle. Run. So for those in the chat, what was your first Pokemon? If you play Pokemon, you enjoy Pokemon, what was your first Pokemon game? Let me know. Another Weedle. All right. This is by far the longest part. It's going up and down. Come on now. Nope, don't want that either. Run. Run away! One of them says, so Kakuna is just a little angry face guy. He's always just been one of my favorite shades of Pokemon. I got that. Cellcast goes, Pokemon Silver Edition and Sinquilla was my first start. Nice, dude. Very nice. Now, what system was that on? I would say this about this edition of things, this Fire Red. I appreciate that it is what it is. Like, they keep to a lot of what Pokemon Red was, updating a few things. Some of the extra stuff is kind of weird, like the way that that some of the attacks hit differently now. So it's interesting transition for me. Religion Boys, I think it was the one that came out with Pokemon 2000. It had I want to say Beluga. Interesting. Wonderland, trying to think. Game Boy Color, my dude. Jason goes, I think I have trauma from Missing No, bro. Missing No was such a weird thing, bro. What's fascinating, I mean, absolutely fascinating about here we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this is it. This is what we're looking for. We finally found the Pikachu. All right, now he's level 3. Go Squirtle! All right, we're going to not do any of this whatsoever because I will kill him with a single hit. So we're gonna switch him out, Pokemon. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put out Ratcatch 01. So throw out my first guy. All right. Thunderstruck. Kadosh. That was effective. We're gonna do Tackle. Oh my gosh. We may have to get him up a little higher. We may have to get Ratcatch up a little bit more than, than level 2. I might actually have to train the dude a little bit. No! Ratcatch, no! Oh, this is bad. Oh my gosh. Hey, thank you, Tay Fluffy, for following. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Geek Devotions. We're a show from Devoted Geeks, are devoted to letting people know the love. It's glad to have you here today. How did you find us? By the way, just a heads up, this is a family-friendly stream, so just keep that in mind as you interact with us. All right, we'll put out Catch 2. Fight. Come on, we're going to do this. Ooh. I'm hoping with him being level 4, it'll be a little bit harder. Use Poison Sting. All right, one shot. Good. Let's do another one. Growling. That's okay. I actually want that to take place. All right, use Poison Sting again. Come on. We're almost there. Don't. Oh, man. Almost there. Come on, baby. Let's go. Fight. I just need to get to the red zone. That's all we need is red zone. Come on. What's up, Kennethan? Everyone's jumping in the chat. Oh, no. All right, guys. All right. This is we're in danger zone. That's right. You can growl all you want, Pikachu, because you're mine, dude. All right. Ratcatch number 2. All right. Here we go. Go to the bag. Throw my last remaining Pokeball. I went here. My dude used Pokeball. Come on. Let's go. Boom, ladies and gentlemen. We got ourselves a Pikachu, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is my technique for capturing Pikachu in Pokemon Red and Blue, but also Fire Red and Leaf Green. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we do it. Everyone's jumping in the house. Oh, wow. Somebody just gifted a bunch of subs. What's up, dude? So Wonderland's now devoted Twitch Geek. Star Fox. Speakies is a devoted Twitch Geek. Kennethan is a oh, what's up, my dude? Come on. Thank you guys so much for donating those. One of them says I play a hack on Roblox where it's just Pokemon Sun and Moon. Oh, very interesting. They got in trouble for the game. I'm sure they did. I had a Rowlet and a little baby. Then a Bopper around, and this is the game. Interesting. Very interesting. You got obsessed with Mimikyu? Very cool, dude. Cellcast goes, just caught a female Zubat. I named it Barbara. Oh, man. All right, guys. We got Pikachu. Data was used in the Pokedex. Let's go. All right. This is interesting. This seems like it gives more information this round. It was a small electric sax on both its cheeks. It threatened its loss. If threatened, it loses electricity charges from the sax. All right, do we give a nickname? I don't name my Pikachu, my Pokemon. I'll leave them as is. Okay. So now we're going to escape this place. This is why we kept them what we were. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back, because again, my whole objective. Well, hold on. Celeste, are you watching? Celeste, are you in the area? I'm trying to get Celeste's attention. Let's do fight real quick. Let's do bubble. Let me see if Celeste wants me to catch her a Pokemon, a Pikachu. Let me text her real quick. Hey, can you come here? All right, we're gonna text her. All All right, we're gonna find out if Celeste wants me to catch Pikachu for or not. Let's go ahead and use Bubble. You'll be really annoying. I have a way to like, make her phone make noises. I might do it to her. Oh man, I gotta sign in. All right, let's see her. Click on her phone. Oh no, her location's turned off. Is it working? I don't know if it's working or not. I think it worked. I think she turned it off. Celeste!
Why are you making my phone go off?
Because you weren't listening to me. I messaged you. I caught a Pikachu. Do you want me to catch you one too, or do you want to use the technique yourself?
If you happen across another one, I'll take it.
Okay.
But I don't want you to, like, prolong your game looking for me a Pikachu. Does that make sense?
All right. We'll go back in the forest. We'll try to catch her one more. All right.
The chances of that, don't spend the whole time trying to catch me a Pikachu.
Okay. Waterland says, then back when my sisters and I guessed around, when my sisters and I guessed around about how to play Pokemon card game, I really liked the one card indeed, because its attack was the amount of energy in my hand. Nice. That is legit a pretty solid attack though. Jason goes, Zubat was my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon. Strangely, it's because I got a stuffed toy from KFC. Wow, dude. That's what's up. That's cool. My favorite Gen 1s were Growlithe, Arcanine, obviously. I don't know why, but I loved Abra. Abra was just cool to me. I like that dude. I figured out years later why I like Growlithe, though. The way they draw him and everything like that. Like, my favorite... One only goes, Abra is a bean. My favorite, the way they draw Growlithe, the way you see him in other things, especially when it goes to Arcanine, he looks like my favorite kind of animal, like my favorite kind of puppy, which my favorite dog is, I love Malamutes and Huskies. And Growlithe looks like that. I jokingly call him a fire puppy. So I have a huge love for that. Wonderland says, so fair, Zubat was a great... Dude, I have PTSD because of Zubat. I'm not gonna lie. And for those of you who don't know, in this Gen 1 game, there's a whole, like, level that you walk through. It's a whole cave. A whole stinking cave that you walk through. And it is so annoying, because every, like, 3 steps, there's another Zubat, and you're just on the struggle bus, trying to escape all the Zubats. She's like, get off of me, you bloodsuckers. So I have trauma from Zubats. More like it's the trauma is real, but everyone does indeed. Get over it. Dang, Wonderland. Rude. Oh. All right, we're gonna run from this real quick. There we go. We're just trying to find ourselves a Pikachu. Another one of these guys. That's all right. That's fine. That's fine. After we catch the second Pikachu, I will inform you guys of my technique for my gripe, the thing that this game doesn't have that the other games do have, and that thing that other games have ruins those games, but at the same time is necessary for those games to have. I'm going to share that with you guys here in a little bit, as soon as we finish finding a second Pikachu and capturing it. All right. Another Caterpie. Cellcast, why are you spoiling things, man? How you gonna spoil that, man? How you gonna do that, brother? Oh man. So Cellcast, what are you running right now in Leaf Green? What are you using? It sounds like if you already got a Zubat, did you get through that cave? Is that where you're at? Again, the thing about capturing Pikachu is that it's a low percentage chance of him coming up. Oh wait, we gotta get out of here because we have no Pokeballs. What am I doing? This was gonna be bad. Watch me run into Pikachu on my way out the door. Watch it happen. So help me. Okay, good. I am now scared that we're gonna run into the Pikachu on our way out of the dadgum forest when I have no Pokeballs to capture the dude. Ugh. So guys goes, it's almost like I remember you complaining about it. Yeah, it was a thing. You are correct, sir. That is what happened. Cellcast goes, I'm on Mount Moon and switch my team out to level my dude. I respect it. Let me go ahead and kill this dude real quick while we're here. Actually, Pokemon. Because I am going to raise up Pikachu here to a higher level. That's the plan. Boom. I will say this, the design is so different. The original Pikachu design was completely different. Thundershock. That wasn't bad. This hardening thing though is a pain in the tail. We better switch out. I'm gonna need a stronger attack. Pokemon. Go back to Squirtle. You are correct though, Cellcast. It is the XP share. And this is why. It ruins the whole aspect of you getting to know the characters. People forget that this is an RPG, right? It's set up with an RPG battle system. The reason why things like the Final Fantasy and all those, the reason why those things go well is because you experience life with these characters, right? You're raising them up from level 0, helping them to become, if I could, the very best they could ever be, right? You're working through that process with these characters all the way to the end of the game. As you play this game, you're gonna switch out, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, sure, but some people, they go, I'm going to choose this Pokemon. I'm going to choose this Pokemon. And we begin to invest time into them. So it's a point that you're like, you're invested in the journey. Again, these characters, unlike normal RPGs, they don't talk or anything like that, but you begin to develop a attachment for those things. And when you're detached from them for so long, it causes issues. And this is one of my issues I run into with several things. When you are disconnected from anything and you're no longer creating the positive emotions that come with those things, right? You're no longer creating positive connections between, you know, whatever. It doesn't mean so much to you. This is what, like, oof. Can I question permission to give you guys my current rant about the state of why people don't go to church? Like, there's a lot to the conversation, but there's one aspect specifically that I believe has severely caused the reason why people don't go to church. One aspect. Again, it's a complex conversation, but can I have you guys permission to give you my complaint today about that? All right, we need to buy some Pokeballs. That's what we need. Pokeball. Certainly, how many would you like? We'll take 5. 5 Pokeballs, good sir. That's gonna wipe me out. 3 Pokeballs, good sir. 3. Yes, please. All right, we're gonna do the infinite money hack later, guys. Cellcast goes, I got Squirtle, named him Gamera, Kakuna, named Queen, Metapod named Mothra, Pidgey named Maria, Ratatat named Pinky, Pharaoh named Adrian, Jigglypuff named Puff, Nidoran female. Where did you find Nidoran female? Where did you find her? Named her Princess. Pikachu named him Michael. Zubat named her Barbara, and Geodude named Rocky. That's fair. That's fair. Cellcast goes, since this is the first time I've played Gen 1 or Gen 1 Remake, my goal is to complete the Pokedex as much as I currently can. Trading will be difficult since we can't trade online. I feel like that's going to trade. That's going to change at some point in time. That being said, you could just take a road trip to Shreveport and we can make it happen. Because I feel like, didn't you say that we could do it like over wireless landline? I feel like that can happen. Here we go. Back to the Viridian City. Village. Viridian. Why do I call it city? Viridian Forest. We hunt for the elusive Pikachu. Wherever could he be? Route 3 Nidoran? Okay. That's one thing that trips me out, Cellcast. So in Gen 1, originally, that little patch of grass to the left, like you go on the way. Well, you don't know this. So in the first city, if you go to the left, there is a trail that leads to the top 4 people that you got to fight, right? You can't go that way because you'll run into Brock, or not Brock, into Gary, and you'll have to fight him again. But also, you'll run into a guard that says you can't go there, the Elite Four, because you don't have enough badges, right? But there's a little square of grass there. In that, in the original version, in Pokemon Red and Blue, you could find Nidoran. And in Red, you would find Nidoran male. In Blue, you would find Nidoran female. And that tripped me out, man, when I was in there walking around, and all I'm finding is a freaking Mankey. I'm like, why is there a Mankey here? There should be a Nidoran, which is, again, that was actually the Nidoking was actually in my my final set when I did pace off against the Elite Four. It was who'd I have? I had Arcanine, Blastoise, Abra, or Kadabra actually at the time, Nidoking, and I forgot who else I had originally. Cellcast Squad, I do know it a little bit as I beat all 16 gyms in silver, since after you beat the Elite Four of Johto, you get to go to Kanto. Interesting. Alright, we're gonna find this Pikachu, guys. We will hunt him down, and we will find that it's a rodent. Nope. Legitimately, we gotta find it soon because Celeste is gonna be so upset if we spend the entire time trying to find this Pikachu. It is a statistic thing. What is up, Star Fox, my dude? Welcome to the party. How you been, brother? So glad to have you here. Star Fox question of the day for you. Do you like Pokemon? What was your very first Pokemon game you ever played, and what was your starter Pokemon? Caterpie appeared. We're gonna run. Right now what we're doing is we're trying to hunt down a Pikachu. He is in this forest. There is a small percentage of him in this forest. Earlier we walked through the technique on capturing the elusive Pikachu. Jessica goes, why are cooking videos on YouTube like, while the butter melts in the pot, dice an onion, cut 2 stalks of celery, a potato, and 2 chicken breasts. I can't cut that fast. Get good, Jason. Get good, bro. No, I'm playing. They are, dude. They're ridiculous. They're like, oh, well, this is doing this, do that. I'm like, no, that takes too much time to do that. I have one recipe that I do regularly, though, where legitimately it is while this happens, I do something else. And that is it's a garlic and oil spaghetti. Oh, so good, Jason. Jason, if you want to treat your bride to a good dish, my dude, and anybody who's listening, You're like, man, I want some good pasta, but I don't want marinara. I don't want all that stuff. Let me put you guys on game right now, okay? Get yourself a pot, boil the water, and then you throw in your spaghetti. Now, I like to use linguine for this, legitimately. It has a nice little texture to it. While the pot's boiling, first off, I'll rewind. Let me rewind the story, I apologize. While the pot is getting to boil, you get like 3 cloves of garlic, right? 3 good sized cloves of garlic. And you slice them as thin as, I mean, super, super, super thin. You slice those things down, right? While the water continues to get to the point of boiling, you get some parsley. Bonus points if you get Italian parsley. Didn't know there was a difference between the two. And you chop it up real finely, super fine. And then what you do is once the water boils, you put your pasta in it, and then in a separate skillet, you put in some garlic. No, don't do garlic press, Dale. You need to slice them thinly. That's the catch. You're slicing these thinly because they're going to go in with everything else, all right? So you slice them thinly, and then while the noodles are cooking, you in a skillet on medium, you put in some extra virgin olive oil. Now here, let me put you in the game about olive oil. I've learned this. Get good olive oil, okay? There is a difference between cheap extra virgin olive oil and expensive one. All right, but the cheap stuff works too. Warm that up and put those garlic slices in the oil, and you start to cook that in. Now, when you start to see it start to boil around it, all right. No garlic, Jason. No garlic at all. You need the actual slices of garlic, my dude. Okay, when you start to see it kind of bubble around them and they're starting to cook down, because garlic is kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of sensitive. All right, you turn the heat to low. Your noodles are still cooking, right? They're going to cook for 10 minutes. Add in some red chili peppers, red pepper flakes. Just toss it in there and let that kind of cook in there, right? When your noodles are about done, we're talking like a minute out from being done, you take them out and you put them in the skillet with the olive oil. You scoop out a couple of ladlefuls of hot water out of the pot. You put it in there. You kind of crank up the heat a little bit, let it get up to boiling, and you finish cooking in there. You stir it around, right? When you're almost done, bring the heat down low. Add some fresh grated Parmesan Reggiano, which is different from like the canned Parmesan, right? So you got to buy it, you got to grate it up, and just put a little bit at a time, otherwise it clumps up. Stir that in. It makes a nice little creamy-ish sauce in there with the olive oil and the garlic and the red pepper flakes. Woo! Yes, Lord, it's so good. And you top it with the parsley. My, that is some good eating, ladies and gentlemen. Good eating. Now, here's the crazy thing. It's a relatively cheap meal to make, but if you go to a restaurant that actually serves it, it's like a $20 meal, guys. $20. Let me catch up on the chat, because I know I missed some stuff. Wonderland says, I decided to do that little ultimate favorite Pokemon picker. What is that, dude? Jason says, that sounds good. It was good. Just because I wonder if it works with soba noodles, because I have an extra pack. You can try it. Everyone's saying hi. What is good garlic oil? Or good olive oil? That's a great question, Dale. So good olive oil. What you're looking for? There's a price level to it, but what you're looking for, Dale, is if you can, single source olives, basically. All right. If you look on the back of your olive oil, first off, if it's in a container that's super see-through, that's not good. All right. You're actually supposed to store olive oil away in a dark place, away from heat. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't put it in the fridge, but store it away in a dark place, away from the heat. But so it needs to be the dark green jars. Those are normally pretty good. If you find one that's in a canister, even better. If you can find it from a single source, and by single source I don't mean like, well, it came from one jar. No, what we're talking about is it comes from like on the back. It will tell you where it comes from. And if it says it comes from Italy, singular Italy, okay, sweet. If it says it comes from like a particular town in Italy, even better. Okay. or other places that they source olives from. So, but there again, the more expensive it is, the better it probably is. Again, it doesn't mean that the cheap olive oil is not good, but it's just what it is. One of them says it's a little chart that lists every Pokemon by generation. Oh, very cool. I got you. Helps you sort your thoughts. Interesting. It sorts your thoughts. Where do you find this chart, good sir? Go, Squirtle. Guys, we have got to find this Pikachu, or else Celeste will be so upset that we spent the entire time trying to find Celeste a Pikachu. Google? Okay. Well, do me a favor, Waterline. Drop it in the Discord. But Dale says, great. One of them struggle meals sounds like good eats though. Oh, it is so good. It is a struggle meal. They, one of the things, again, it's, I don't know the Italian very well, but it's basically garlic and oil spaghetti is what they call it. But it's also called an Italian midnight snack. The idea is something so small and easy that you can prepare in the middle. You know, it's one of those, like, you're up, you're hungry, you go to the kitchen, you just throw it on the pot. 15, 20 minutes later, bang, bang, boom, you're done. You got yourself a good meal. 5% rate, so good luck. I know, right? Or good providence. We can do this, man. We can do this. We got that. You saw how quick we got that Pikachu. You saw that. Is it punishing me because I have Pikachu already in my belt? Is that what's happening? Guys, do you think that what it could be? Do you think because I have Pikachu already in my belt, it won't let me capture another one? All right, if I go all the way to the other city, I'm gonna go through all these grass areas. Now, if I can get all the way back to the other city, I will switch out, take Pikachu out, and we'll go through it again. And if we get back to the city again, the top city again, then we'll just continue on the journey. Dale says, omelet, when it solved the midnight crave. You know, it's different though, Dale. Like, an omelet can be kind of heavy. You know what I'm saying? This is a very light thing. And that's the thing is, I like marinara. I like red sauce. I do. But I have gotten to the point where this garlic and olive oil, it's such a light, yet very flavorful thing. And it hits differently. Whereas if I were to eat like a heavy meal right in the middle of the night, like a heavy omelet, I don't know, it sits differently when I sleep. But a good omelet's a good omelet, I'm not gonna lie. We used to have in college, we had this big cafeteria thing, and we had this one line that whenever, well, you gotta put stuff in it, man. Otherwise, it's just a scrambled egg, bro. Like, what are you putting in your omelet, Dale? What are you putting in your omelet, Dale? Anyways, like I was saying, we had this lady, and like once a week she would make omelets, and man, people loved it. I think her name was Linda, and I remember, this poor lady, the students loved it when she made omelets. I mean, loved it. And to the point the school was like, oh, okay, well, let's make 2 omelet lines because they think like everyone loves omelets. No, it was so bad, man. Everyone's in the line for Miss Linda's omelets. And I didn't mean to do that. I felt so bad for this lady. Nobody went to the other line to get an omelet. Everyone was like, but Miss Linda makes it with love. That's why we want it. Smoked sausage and bacon. See, and that's good, but that's also kind of heavy, Dale. That's kind of heavy at times. Now, don't get me wrong, I like good smoked sausage. What kind of smoked sausage you getting? Ooh, some shredded cheese. Guys, I'm getting hungry. Welcome to Geek Devotions, where we don't capture Pokemon and we talk about food. What is happening in the stream? There used to be this girl. I think her name was Cooking with Asia. And I wonder if she still streams. But she would do cooking streams. That's all she did was cooking streams. It was amazing. Geek Devotions Food Edition, says Dale. Indeed. All right, run. Oh my goodness gracious. Original Fanboy, so my go-to star team, American cheese and spinach. See, I can't do the spinach, brother. I was with you with the cheese. God bless you. I'm not gonna yuck your yum, rock it out, bro, but I just can't do cooked spinach. No, raw spinach in a salad, that's my jam right there. I'm kind of with Dell though for like an omelet, dude. I'm like, get some bacon in there, get some smoked sausage in there, get some cheese. Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there, y'all. What do you guys like in your omelets? Put it in the gaming chat. Or no, go to the stream discussion and say, hey, this is the link I was telling you guys about. That's what you should do at Wonderland. We're going to find this Pikachu. Maybe. I'm about to get back out to the other city. Run! Run away safely, young lad! The game's like, what is this dude doing, man? This is terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, we found him! You're mine, you little pink rodent. Or you little yellow rodent. First we scare you with the Squirtle, which you should not be scared of because he is water and you will fry him. I think that's right. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's right. I think electric beats out water. I think that's correct. All right, we're going to change Pokemon out for red catch shift. So cause I'm hoping for Celeste, it would be a female Pikachu, right? I understand. Oh no! Fight! Tackle! Oh gosh, he is fried. Oh my gosh! Not the crit! I needed to at least get one shot off on him. Hold on. Send out. Fight. Thundershock. And it's not very effective, but it's effective enough. Gargoyle, what's going on, my friend? Welcome, welcome. We are capturing a second Pikachu for Celeste right now. Oh, no, not the... Oh, that's not good. Well, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We're good. We're fine. This is fine. This is okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is okay. Thunderstruck. Oh, Thunderstruck. Thunderstruck. Comes out with an electric guitar. Darn. Pikachu, play Thunderstruck. Oh, I need to draw a picture of that. I've got to... Somebody needs to make a picture of that. That'd be amazing. Is Pikachu Celeste's favorite Pokemon? No, Psyduck is actually her favorite, but she really wants Pikachu. And I don't know if you ever played Pokemon Red or Fire Red before, but Pikachu is notoriously hard to capture in this game, in this portion of the game, because you can't capture him while he's in the yellow zone. He has to be in red zone to capture him. And he dies so quickly. And by the time normally, the way that I play and the way that she plays, when you get to the forest where he's at, you're so OP, you just backhand him and he's dead. So what I've done is I've gone in with weaker Pokemon and we're trying to capture him. But his spawn point is only like 5%. So we've been playing for like, what, the last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just trying to find this one Pikachu. Almost there, guys. Red zone. That's what we're looking for. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the red zone. Bag. Let's get that Pokeball out there. Come on. My dude. Do. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. No, well, let's aim when we transfer it over. Ladies and gentlemen, we have captured not one, but 2 Pikachus using the method that I've taught you guys earlier today. That's how it is done. Let me catch up on the chat. Dale says, sometimes the omelet was just me trying to figure out how to do it. If I messed it up, yes, scrambled eggs. Either way, it tastes good. That's true. Gargoyle, question of the day. 2 questions, actually. 1, what was your first Pokemon game? And what was your first starter with that game? Question 2, what do you put in your omelet? Because we've talked about food more than we played this game today. Cellcast goes, didn't realize Rock Tomb would be super effective against... Really? Rock Tomb? Interesting. Dell says, she may not want with just fine. She may want the best. Indeed, indeed. Cellcast goes, okay, everyone. What's your favorite Pokemon? Grinja is my boy. Cellcast says Grinja. My favorite Pokemon, you guys already heard it already. Growlithe-Arcanine because Fire Puppy. Why not? Cellcast goes, Celeste should be the name. Should name? Yeah, exactly. Jason goes, good job. Thank you. You didn't mash B? No. Although I can't tell you how hard it has been to resist doing that. For those of you who don't know, there was this rumor when we were kids on the original Game Boy that if you mash B or A, depending on where you were, that made sure that you captured the Pokemon in the Pokeball. Also, the other rumor was there was a truck under the village. If you can get out of the way, there's a Mew there. Oh. Jason says my omelets usually just have whatever lunch meat I have left over. I get that. Gargo was my first Pokemon game was Diamond. Let's go. My parents were super insanely religious and thought Pokemon were evil. Oh no. Hey, thank you for following, Healing, but redeemed. Appreciate it. So I couldn't really be in it as a kid. I chose Piplup because penguins are the best. Now that's Celeste. You got that with Celeste. Celeste loves penguins. Man, that whole Pokemon scare was so crazy, guys. That was such a weird time frame. And I've had to, as a pastor, I've had to correct people's mindsets on that so many times. Go, no, Pokemon's not of the devil. That was all just stupid. I can't tell you the number of conversations I've had with people as a pastor about that kind of stuff. Cellcast goes, I still mash B out of habits. I get that. I don't think it actually works, but now it's tradition. You know, it's kind of like how when you play like race car games, you lean with the race car. You're like, oh, it totally moves with me. Jason goes, we got some free gluten-free pizza dough from the church, but I didn't feel like making pizza with it. My dude. I'm not gonna lie. I've tried gluten-free pizzas. It's just not working for me, bro. Gargoyle says, I don't really eat omelets, but I put spinach, potato, and kimchi. Interesting. Redeem says, no problem. Wanted to support February Christ. My dude. Welcome to the party. How did you find us, Ceiling? Wonderland Hunt says, so on the picker and got the Gen 5 starters and forgot how bad they were. Samurott was a betrayal of the umph degree, and Umbroar was just a bland line to me. Interesting. Just as I'm making chicken and dumplings with it. My dude. Chicken dumplings sounds good. Chris, oh, very cool. I've seen you playing Pokemon, so I want to check out. My dude, welcome to the party, man. This is Geek Devotions. We're the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know they're loved. We do this every Monday night. It's our play and pray where we hang out, we play video games. Like, here's our deal. This is our big deal here as we play. You come into the chat and you're like, you're having a bad day. You need prayer, you need encouragement. We'll stop the game for you and we'll pray with you. We'll encourage you because, and this is what we tell everybody, while we love our games, we love you more. You are more important to us than these things. We're big nerds. We love our geekdoms, but we do this. Also, just so you know, we have a website, geekdevotions.com, but primarily we do stuff on YouTube, which this is also streaming too. And every Friday we put out a devotion based in geek culture. So like last week, Celeste did one based on Pride and Prejudice. That's what she did this past week. And she talked about context and the importance of context. We covered everything from anime, comic books, all kinds of stuff. We go to conventions and we hang out with people at cons. In fact, there's a few amazing people in the chat that we met at cons, and we love them dearly. Jason goes, I read that. Jason says, oh yeah, Jason, I've made it with canned biscuits before. I had gluten. Oh, you have gluten issues, my dude. I'm sorry. But it's my first time with pizza dough. Let me know how that goes. I had a buddy of mine that had this amazing recipe for chicken dumplings, and I asked him for it. He's like, I get it to you. He just never did, dude. Never did. All right, deposit some Pokemon. Gargoyle says, luckily my parents eased up a bit on Pokemon, but yeah, they were super weird about it. Also Spyro, I couldn't be into Spyro for a long time because I thought it was evil too. Oh man, he's a cute little dragon. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. I appreciate you being respectful, honoring of your parents though, during that time frame. That's always that's a rough thing to go through sometimes. And again, I appreciate the intention that some parents had, because they're just trying their best, and they were such a weird time frame with things, and it was before people had time to do research. That's my problem, is parents, Christian parents, listen to me, do your research. Don't just throw the baby out with bathwater and go, oh, it's evil. Now there are some things that are demonic and evil, and you need to be mindful of things, and you need to know your own kids, what they can and can't handle. But not everything is out to get your kids. It's just not. Withdrawal. All right, we need Kakuna. Draw him. Get Mankey out. You know what? We're gonna go ahead and pull out Metapod, and we're gonna get him to level 10. Because when Metapod evolves, he turns into Butterfree. I don't need Butterfree. I won't use Butterfree later. What I do need is Beedrill. That's why I have Kakuna here. But let me go ahead and switch this out, just so I can get the what's the word I'm looking for? Just so I can get the Pokedex entry. Switch that out. Metapod. Oh goodness gracious, Dallas! Click on the right thing. Switch to Metapod. So let's go ahead and grind Metapod. That's a weird statement to make. We're gonna grind them up into Poke treats. Celeste, I caught you a Pikachu. Just goes, Bonza brand chickpea crust pizza is good, actually. Interesting. Gargoyle says, I still turn out an evil cosplayer. Joking, I got you. So okay, you can, and it's amazing cosplays that you do, by the way, says. Sokas goes, I've made a bad mistake with my Squirtle in the box at the moment. I have no type of coverage against rock. No! It's an area full of Geodudes. Dude, you are going to be on the struggle bus unless your guys are just stout right now, bro. Oh, man. One of them says, GG for minding your parents, because I did not when it came to Pokemon. I kept getting my friends to give me things related to them. Oh, man. But your parents are a little more chill with it now, too. So let's go, ah! Cellcast goes, Butterfree brings back sad memories for anime. That episode where Ash, dude, it is such, dude, all right, so here's the deal. You are right, dude. It was such a depressing thing when he released Butterfree into the wild, right? But here's the cool thing. I don't know if you saw this, Cellcast. The final episode with Ash, go back and watch it if you get a chance to. The final episode where they have Ash before they make the transition to the new Arrow stuff. In the credits, they do this big montage and everything like that. There's a shadow scene. There's a scene where there's a shadow. Butterfree comes back to Ash. How cool is that? That was like, dude, that was like 20 years, 25 years ago that we had that whole depressive, even more than that, that whole like just heart-wrenching scene of Ash telling Butterfree to go free. And then he comes back at the very last episode. That was such a great callback. I appreciated that so much. Celeste goes, Pikachu! She goes, now I have to get my Magikarp and I will have almost all my frames. Let's go. Cellcast goes, our last Bible study was Fallout themed and went really well. We have one this Friday and I have no clue on what it's on because I'm not teaching, my dude. Cellcast goes, bittersweet, very bittersweet. Goes, dude, I still need to watch back on all the Ashes. I'm just not gonna do that. Gargoyle, who remembers the sad abandoning Charmander? Oh my gosh. Oh, That one where he abandons Charmander, that was heart-wrenching. And then the one where he thought that he had to get rid of Pikachu for Pikachu's good. Oh my goodness. The emotional trauma of that episode, guys, hits so hard. Waterline goes, yeah, I was originally raised with it being okay, and then suddenly wasn't, so my little kid brain just didn't care, I'm afraid, but now look at me. Well, as long as you're being respectful now to your parents, man. We have moments where we do things that we shouldn't be doing. And so, all right, there's a trainer I haven't fought yet. If I fight that trainer with Metapod, I should be able to upgrade to Butterfree. But like I said, man, you know, we all make mistakes. And the trick is, are you willing to admit that you were wrong, that you did which was wrong, and then do better? All right, this is the last trainer that I have not fought yet, so we're gonna deal with them. SoCast, no, I mean the first batch, as it concluded his arc of anime. I gotcha. I might be little, but I won't like it if you go easy on me. Don't worry, I won't, dude. I will smack you around 3 ways from Sunday. Bugcatcher Anthony would like to battle. Bugcatcher Anthony sent out Caterpie. Ba-dum. Go Metapod! Dum. What will Metapod do? Fight! Use Tackle! Foe use Tackle! Switch out Pokemon! We're gonna use Pidgey. We'll do the XP share. Go Metapod! Caterpie use Tackle! Fight! Tackle! There we go. That was more effective. Jace is my wife, and I watch Pokemon Concierge because you guys did a devotion. Dude, Pokemon Concierge has no right to be as good as it is. It has no right. It is so sweet. And so just like, it's a great little like slice of life anime. And I love how they did the animation in this. It made it look like it was like almost a stop motion felt animation. It was so beautifully done. Will my dude change Pokemon? I'd totally name my dude. All right, back to Metapod. Cause we're aura farming. Is it aura farming? No. What are we calling it? Bugcatcher sent out Caterpie. It's a level 8. Use Tackle. Harugan. Caterpie used Tackle. Harugan. Tackle. Oh gosh. Harugan. All right, I wonder if I think I can pull this off. I think Concierge was so refreshing. It was refreshing, wasn't it? It was a different type of storytelling. It was just a really good side story. Dale says aura farming is like kung fu fighting. Okay, I think we're gonna pull this off. He's not doing near the damage I needed that I need to worry about things. Unless he gets a random crit, we should be fine. This next one should take him out. And I think this will be enough XP for him to evolve to Butterfree. How great would it be if we could get that out? Fainted. Gained 90 experience points. Let's go, dude. Oh boo, nothing went right. My dude got 96. What is this? What is this dollar account? Does anybody know what this is? Like, what is this happening here? Self-class says, did you ever watch Pokemon Origins? I believe it came out around... I don't think I did watch Pokemon Origins. Celeste and I watched one recently. I say recently, within the last couple years. It was the newer one, the newest one they had coming out with the little girl from the school. All right. How much more do we need to do to this guy? So what was Origins about? Are you kidding me? My dude needs 9 more experience points. For reals. Celeste goes, I just bought the Magikarp. Celeste is on her way, guys, to have a winning team. Celeste's whole she loves loves, oh, what's his name? The dragon comes from Magikarp, but that's her favorite. She loves the guy. So Jason goes, Pokédollars. I guess so. Based off the yen symbol, but it's called Pokédollars. Gotcha, gotcha. New Horizons. Thank you, baby. That's the name of what you're thinking of. Yep, it is. Gyarados. That's right. Celeste loves Gyarados, but she likes dragons as a whole. Jason, I started Pokemon Origins, but caught up when it was live and never finished it. So what was Origins about? Go Metapod. Fight. All right, look, if you can't handle this, we have a problem. All right, Weedle or Metapod. Don't get poisoned. Don't put that up with that. You smack him around. You slap him. You slap him like a bad donkey, okay? What are you doing? Metapod, what are you doing, dude? No, no. Do not get poisoned. Come on. Come on, Metapod, you got this, dude. Don't give up. Don't throw in the towel, kid. You got this. Fight. Push to the pain. Did he shake off the poison effect? Guess he did. Tackle. Done. We should evolve now. We should evolve now. Jason goes, Origins is an anime that's more based off Pokemon manga. Interesting. Cellcast goes, was a 4-episode anime based on the Gen 1 games following Red. Oh, fascinating. I was wondering if maybe it was based off of the Arceus, which I liked that game. I thought Pokemon Arceus was a good game. I know some people didn't like it, but I enjoyed it. Cellcast goes, oh, you just reminded me to text you on Discord about a Cellcast later this year. Will do. So it's the story of Red and Green. Interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the evolution of Metapod. What? Metapod is evolving! Dramatic music. What is happening? Watch as he sheds his shell in two. Mothra. I'm sorry. Butterfree. Butterfree learned confusion. Huzzah! We got it, ladies and gentlemen. We got this. Ladies and gentlemen, we got them. All right, let's go ahead and switch them out. Pokemon. Switch. We'll start raising up Pikachu. Dale says, please make sure to put the T in meta. All right, Pikachu is really low level, so we're gonna switch him out for let's do Butterfree. Hey Caterpie, this is where your future, my friend. Oh gosh, wait, Butterfree use tackle. Whoopsh. I use tackle again. I use Confusion. Oh wow, that's a trip. That was kind of cool. Again, I've not seen this kind of graphics before when I played Red and Blue, obviously. When I played Red and Blue, I had the old school, it's back there, the original Game Boy, the white brick. And even then, like, I played on the Game Boy Color and it looked different. 15 experience points. Let's go, dude. Come on. The first time I touched this game, though, like Pokemon Red and Blue, I was hanging out with my buddy John. You guys remember Valindro? He's in the chat every so often. I was at his house. Obviously, we were kids, and he had, I think it was like the Pokemon. What do you call it? It was the thin one. It was the thin Pokemon. Or not Pokemon. Game Boy Pocket, I think is what it was called back then. And it had the really crisp white and black screen. It was really, oh man, it was fresh what he had. I was like, dude, this is cool looking. And That was the first time I played Pokemon was on that thing. It's amazing the evolution of gaming as a whole, though. Where we've come from. Again, from the Atari, and before that, the first Game Boy to where we're at now. I mean, again, if you look at like the Switch is basically a massive Game Boy, basically. Thundershock. Wow, he took Paralyzed pretty quickly. That was pretty impressive. That is one thing about Pikachu that's pretty solid, is the ability to paralyze. Oh, Chow. Good level 4. What does his summary say? Summary? Electric. He is a careful nature. Help me out here. What's up with this nature thing? Because this was not part of the original stuff. Every one of my Pokemon have a different nature. So what's up with that? Static paralyzes on contact. Interesting. Does he auto paralyze things? Bro, that's OP if that's the case. That is legit OP. I think I already got the Pokeball out here. Dale says, I tell people I live in the state of Louisiana, but there are times where I think it is truly second to confusion. Yep, I get that. I understand that completely, Dale. I often live in the state of confusion. Okay, so he wasn't, well, holy crap! Bro, that's OP! Does he seriously auto-paralyze? That was like just a possibility. That wasn't like a guarantee thing. What is happening here? I gotta check the stats on the other one. I respect that. Dale says, I tell people, oh, I read that. Pikachu gained 22 experience points. Let's go. All right, let's roll. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. There we go. All right, let's go up here. Let's do some healing. We'll drop Butterfree off and we'll pull out Rattata. Would you like me to heal your Pokemon back to perfect health? Yes, please. Thank you very much. Dun, 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 dun. Celeste, if you're listening, do you know if we can go ahead and transfer stuff here? And do you want me to go ahead and give you the Pikachu? Someone else's PC, please. I need to deposit Butterfree. Store it away. Store it away now. Withdraw. Let me check his summary. See that hardy nature. What does hardy mean? What do these things mean about him? He does. He has the same thing. Is this like just a thing that's gonna happen? I mean, I respect it. That seems OP as all get out, but I respect it. All right, let's get out of that. Move Pokemon. Move. All right, we're gonna put him in box 2 so we don't accidentally do something we don't want to. Let's go and release this guy. Goodbye. Catch 2. And we'll release this one. Because I don't need him anymore. And then let's go ahead and move him right there. Place. Interesting. The boxes are interesting how they're set up. We had boxes in the original version. Hardy Pokemon Detective. Yep, basically no. All right. All right. Now, what was Oaks? I can't remember what Oaks was about. Professor Oaks PC. Access Pokedex rated. Oh, okay. Would like to have your Pokedex rated? Yes, please. The amount of progress you've made in your Pokedex is 11 Pokemon seen, 10 owned. That's because the only one I don't own is the dadgum Bulbasaur. No. Yeah, the Bulbasaur that Homedew got. You're getting right on track. One of my aides, a Flash HM. Make sure you go get it. Oh, okay. Sweet. We shall do that, Professor. Thank you, Professor. I appreciate your help. Alright, let's explore the city for a little bit. I've already been in that place. Rule number 1 about RPGs, talk to all of the NPCs. Psst, do you know what I'm doing? No. I'm spraying Repel to keep mild Pokemon out of my garden. You're kind of creepy, but I respect that. Like, why did you have to whisper that? Like what's going on with that? And why did you brush your teeth before you whisper that? That just seems inappropriate, sir. You're a trainer, right? Brock's looking for new challengers. Follow me. No, thank you, sir. I'm being kidnapped. Help! Somebody! I'm being kidnapped. Take it beyond my will. I do not want to go see this guy yet. I am not ready. Please stop. If you have the right stuff, go take on Brock. I don't. Thank you for leaving me, sir. Dale says scope, please. All right, we're not taking on Brock just yet. Clefairy came from the moon. That's the rumor is. They appeared after moonstones fell on Mount Moon. All right, so here's the deal. This is interesting. I just learned this the other day. Apparently, there was a time frame where we had this random new, like, fairy was not a Pokemon type. And I guess they tried doing it in one of the gyms, and it was really bad. Yes, it's $50 for a child's ticket. Would you like to come in? Crap, I said yes on accident. Well, let's go check it out. Right, $50, thank you. Well, let's walk around the museum, guys. Wonderland says, I'm being kidnapped. I need an adult. I'm an adult. I need a different adult. The problem is he's not an adult. This is a 13-year-old kid. Aerodactyl fossil, a primitive rare Pokemon. I should be grateful for my long life. Never did I think I would get to see the bones of a dragon. Okay. Kabutos, fossil, a primitive and rare Pokemon. Sweet. Check this from here. Is that it? Bro. Main music. Oh, there's stairs. There are stairs. Okay, good. Let's check the stairs. This month we're running a space exhibit. All right, cool, dude. I want a Pikachu. It's so cute. I asked my daddy to catch me one. Should have asked your husband, kid. Well, you gotta wait a few years. Yeah, Pikachu soon, I promise. A meteorite that fell on Mount Moon. It is thought to be a moonstone. July 20th, 1969. Humankind first set foot on the moon that day. I brought a color TV just so I could watch the news. Okay, sir. Thank you, Grandpa. Moonstones, huh? What's so special about it? Looks like an ordinary rock to me. All right, sir. Thank you for your expert opinion. Space shuttle. Space shuttle. Sweet. All right, we have walked around the museum, guys. And that's all she wrote. Let's leave the museum. Dell says, just say Shazam, instant dude. Hopefully it's not Sacrileafy. Mid-South Razzling? What? I feel like I'm missing. Oh wait, I need the cut tool. That's what the problem is. Don't mind me breaking entering. Our Pokemon's an outsider, so it's finicky and hard to handle. An outsider is a Pokemon that you get in a trade. It grows fast, but it may ignore an unskilled trainer in battle. If only we had some badges. Nidoring tit. I'm not sure why I made that noise. That was kind of weird. Bow bow. Why does it say bow bow? What is happening here? A town map. This is not a town map, sir. This is a regional map. That's a different town than what we're in. Diglett Cave. Oh, wait. Diglett Cave. Hold up. Maybe that's something I can't access just yet. All right, let's go. Let's go. Did you check out the museum? Yes. Weren't those fossils from Mount Moon amazing? Yeah, kid. Yeah. All right, guys. What are we gonna hit save. Would you like to save? Yes, I would. Thank you very much. All right. All right. How long did we play for tonight? 5:30. Yep. We played for like 2 hours tonight. That's cool. That's cool. All right, guys. We're gonna need to go. Dell says an outsider had that Karate Kid, that their Pony Boy and Dirty Dancing Boy. True story. True story. All right, guys. I'm gonna go. Celeste and I are gonna watch some Fringe. We've been watching Fringe lately, guys. And if you haven't watched Fringe, you should, because that was a great show. But thanks for hanging out tonight, guys. Thanks for being part of the stream. Thank you for the subs and all that. That was amazing. I appreciate that. Gargoyle says, have a good night. I'll do my best. Let's do a raid. Let's see if there's a raid real quick. Nope. Wrong thing. Raid channel. Let's see here. Following. Let's go ahead and do... I'll tell you what, guys. Tonight, we will be rating Mystery Science Theater 3000. I don't know why that's what we're rating tonight, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to raid Mystery Science Theater 3000 together. Jason, take it easy, brother. Appreciate you guys. Again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Thanks for being part of the journey of us trying to find Pikachu. And Celeste and I genuinely appreciate you guys, your friendship, and you guys are all important to us. And we love you guys so very much. And if we could ever encourage you, reach out to us. Let us know. We can pray with you, love on you. Because that's the whole point of this. That's the whole point of the show. So let people know they're loved. And let them know that we care about them. So until next time, stay devoted. Peace and love.